Welcome to our training, everybody. So today I want to address a very simple question that I get on a pretty regular basis, and that is, for those of you who are new, I closed a sale, specifically a drop shipping sale, and what do I do? Right? I'm excited, I'm shaking. I heard my phone go off and beep telling me that I got a sale. What do I do now? Right? I get that a lot. And it's actually really simple, and I'm going to keep it simple. Here's kind of the steps that I would take immediately when I get that sale. Okay. Number one, the first question is, well, how do you know you got a sale, right? You're probably going to get an email notification from two places. One, from eBay, and two, from PayPal. That's how you know you got a sale. A lot of times you guys are like, hey, do I need to check eBay every single day to see if I got a sale? The answer is, of course, no. Whatever email you have attached to your eBay account, you should get a notification indicating that you actually closed a sale. Now, here's the thing I want to be absolutely clear about. Before you do anything at all, check your PayPal account and make sure you actually got paid. Okay? And I'm actually going to make that step 2. Check PayPal and make sure money is in account. Why do I say that, guys? For those of you here who are here, or those of you who are here live with me, why do I say check your PayPal account and make sure that money is there? The answer is simple, right? I'm seeing comments already come in. It's to avoid fraud. As a newer eBay seller, occasionally you get fake orders. How do you know if it's a fake order? It's very simple. Is there money in your account, or is there not money in your account? Because if there's not, it's not a legit order. And the reason why that happens is on some eBay sales, somebody can go in and actually purchase the item, right? They find the item and they click buy, but unless you have a specific setting put into place on your eBay account, they can buy it but not pay for it right away, which sometimes is what happens. So what will happen is they'll buy the item, and you'll get a notification from eBay saying, hey, congrats, you got a sale, and you're thrilled about it. What the scammer is hoping you'll do is then you go send it, you order it from your supplier and send it without first making sure that money is actually in your account. So let me remind you one more time. After you get your email notification, make sure money's in your account. And don't be fooled, because people have created these fake PayPal confirmation emails that make it look like you closed the sale. So you might say to me, oh, Trevor, I don't need to do that. I got an email from PayPal saying I got paid. Well, it might be legit, or it might not be. To make it easy, log into your PayPal account and make sure the money's there. Okay? I want to make that absolutely clear so you don't have any problems with it. I'm not saying you get a ton of illegitimate orders, but I'm just saying, hey, let's be careful, right? That's why I bring it up right now. So make sure the money's in your account. Now, as a sub point to this, and I'll say this as sub point A to 2, well, pending status, I'm going to say. What do I mean by pending status? You might log into your PayPal account and see that you've got X number of dollars pending. You might say, well, what does that mean? Well, it means that you've been paid and the money is there for you. However, because you're a new seller, PayPal wants to make sure that you get the item ordered and delivered before they release those funds to you. Okay? So that means it's very simple. Go use a debit card, or a lot of my clients will use a rewards card of some kind. Go buy the item, get it shipped, right? And I'll go walk you through that process here in just a sec. Once the item is delivered, within 3 days after they can verify that, they'll release the money, and then the money is yours in your account to do what you want with. That's only something that that happens with newer seller accounts. PayPal is just trying to make sure you're legit. So that's the pending status. So if the money is pending in PayPal, you have been paid. So that's great. You can go order it, but order it on a card and then get the money released later, if that makes sense. Hopefully that's not a problem for you, but if it is, you may want to talk to your coach about that, okay? All right, so that's checking PayPal. Money is there. Okay, so let's say we verify that, right? The money is definitely there. What's the next step at that point? Well, go to your supplier and find the item. Now, how do you know what supplier it comes from? Okay, so this is a question I get. Let's say you're listing from Amazon, Target, and Walmart, and you make the sale. How do you know which supplier it came from? Well, one thing that some of my clients will do is when they're listing items in their description, at the very bottom of the product description, they may put something like WMT for Walmart or AMZ for Amazon or TGT for Target as a way for them to know where it's coming from without other people knowing. So if you make the sale, you look at the item you just sold, and in the description, it'll show you there. So that's one way you can tell. The other way is maybe you keep a record. Some of you guys have like a document that you keep outside of eBay that tells you where your stuff is from. I don't care much how you do it. Just make sure you know where you can find it. So go find the product on your supplier's website at that point, right? So that's pretty easy. You go to Amazon, you find it, right? And at that point, you'll buy it just like you would any normal product. So you'll click the Buy Now button and actually go through the process of buying an item. Do you need to create an account with your supplier? You can, and a lot of my clients do. Sometimes my clients will check out as a guest. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure you can check out. So you go through the process, you add it to your cart, you buy it, and I guess I should put that down right here. Buy the item. But the key is in the ship to section, put your customer's address. Now, guys, for those of you here or those of you who are live with me here, where do you find a customer's address whenever something gets sold? Oddly enough, Edward, home items and drop shipping items, it's the same process. So that shouldn't have actually impacted it at all. You might have an account that doesn't have pending status. Some people don't when they start. It just depends on sort of the age of your account a lot of times. Good question. Where do you get your customer's address, guys? A lot of different places, right? So I'm going to list this under here. We're going to say A, get it from PayPal is an option. So you can log into your PayPal account and see their shipping address, or you can get it from eBay. And a lot of times when you're emailed, you'll in the email that PayPal or eBay will send you to confirm that the order's been made, the address will be there. So I'll say eBay notification, maybe that's more clear. Or the other place you can get your customer's address is you log into your eBay account and you click print shipping label. Okay, so I'll just list that there, print shipping label. And when you, obviously if this is a drop ship order, you're not actually going to print the label, but you click on it so that you can see the customer's address, and then you just make a note of it, and then you can click out of it. So you're not actually paying and printing the label yourself. And let's be clear about that. Just because print shipping label comes up, if you're doing a drop ship item, of course, you're not going to print the label. Who's responsible for that? It's your drop shipper, right? Not you. So one way or the other, one of those three ways, you can find your customer's shipping address. And so back to when you order the item under number 4, you'll have your customer's address. And so, you know, if it's Walmart or Target or Amazon or whoever it is, you put in your payment details, your credit card, but the ship to address is different, okay? I'm going to put B under this, ship as a gift if possible. Often at checkout, there's going to be an option for you to ship it as a gift, basically meaning that the customer or the price that you paid and any information about you won't be posted in the invoice that goes along with the package, which is really what you'd prefer. So if that option is available, use it. And on most retailers, it is. Most Amazon items, it is. Walmart, not so much. And most every other retailer, it's fine. So keep that in mind. Walmart orders, yeah, traditionally you can't ship as a gift as much, but that's okay. Rarely do you have a problem anyway. Okay. Okay. So shipped as a gift if possible. Now, let's say I'm going to put C here. What if I can't find the item? Or, okay, so what if I go to, say, Amazon and it's not there? I can't find it anymore. It's gone. It's out of stock or whatever. Or the price is way higher than I expected. Okay, has that ever happened to any of you guys? I'll bet it has. The price may change on you or the order goes out of stock. What do you do at that point? Pull out some hair, scream a little, right? I've felt like that on orders because like you work so hard and then all of a sudden your supplier doesn't come through for you. It's a little frustrating when that happens. But what is your first step? Yeah, look for it somewhere else first. Don't panic. Look for it somewhere else. So I'm going to put that in big caps here. Look elsewhere first. Where? Google.com/shopping is a good place. Just plain Google it. Contact your supplier and ask when coming back into stock, etc. Okay? Do a little work first. Like, see if you can find it elsewhere. You'd be surprised. Sometimes my clients will not only find it elsewhere, but they'll find it elsewhere at a better price, which is great. You just saved money that way, right? Sometimes they can't. Now, if you're going to break even on it or even just lose a little bit of money on it, fulfill the order still, okay? Because it is absolutely worth it. You don't want to jeopardize your account by having maybe an upset customer. If you're going to take a substantial haircut on it and it's going to cost you money, don't, you can cancel the order. And we'll talk about canceling orders in another training. But, you can cancel the order through eBay. You email the person through eBay and apologize, say it's out of stock. You can also look for alternates first. I mean, sometimes if they ordered an orange camping tent and that one's out of stock, but it's available in blue and green, you can offer the blue and green, and sometimes they'll take it, and you can save the sale that way. So offer alternatives is another good option, but sometimes you got to cancel it, and then that's okay as long as it's not happening on a regular basis. All right. So just some thoughts there on buying the item. Okay. Number 5, add tracking number into eBay when you get it. Okay, so usually with most suppliers, you place the order and it goes into kind of like a processing stage where they're basically grabbing it from their warehouse and packaging it and getting it shipped out. That might take a day. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days. Don't panic about it. Just give them a little bit of time. Once the item has shipped, they'll usually email you a tracking number. Now, what do you do with that tracking number? You load it into eBay. Copy and paste it and load it into eBay. Where do you find where to load it? You just simply look under your sold section on eBay, and there'll be an option there to add a tracking number to the order, and you post it in there. The cool thing is, if you post it in there, your customer will see it automatically, and they'll be able to track it themselves. Okay, you want to do that within your stated handling time. So when you first listed the item, if you can remember, you were asked to choose a handling time. We recommend 3 days. That gives your supplier enough time to get it packaged and get you a tracking number. So like, I'll give you an example. I had a client just barely, and which actually might be here with me presently at this live webinar, but anyway, that's a side note. They had a sale that took place on Friday this past week. Well, I had left the office. I was gone for the weekend. And so they had closed the sale and emailed me and said, "Hey, Trevor, I closed the sale. What do I do?" And Friday came and went. Saturday came and went. Sunday came and went. And then they didn't hear back from me until early this week. So they were a little worried, like, "Oh, crap, I got to get this thing ordered. Am I in trouble?" Well, the way handling works is the day it's ordered doesn't count as a day. So Friday didn't count as a day. Saturday is not a business day, so that didn't count as a day. Sunday is not a business day, so that didn't count as a day. First business day was Monday. Second one Tuesday. Third is Wednesday. By Wednesday at midnight, they need to have the tracking number uploaded into eBay. If they don't, it just doesn't look good on the account. You want to make sure you're adding tracking within your stated handling time. So add your tracking number. Really, that's kind of your last step. I guess I shouldn't say it's the last step. Let me put number 6 here. Watch your eBay messages and answer any customer questions. Okay, we'll say that's sort of the last step there. Okay. Sometimes they'll have questions, or they'll send you funny remarks. Customers are funny sometimes. You get some interesting ones. You get some that are panicked about when it's going to come. Just breathe and work through it with them. You don't panic yourself. Be courteous and professional, even if they're asking you strange things, which sometimes does happen. So watch that. Make sure you're doing a good job from your customer service standpoint. A couple of side notes here. This process seems like a long one, but it's really not. When you get good at this, when you get an order, you get that order notification, you check to make sure the money's in PayPal, you go order it from your supplier. When you get the tracking, you load it in. Boom, you're done. I mean, you can fulfill orders in like 3 minutes or less. Maybe not that fast at the start, but maybe 5 minutes, right? It doesn't take you long to fulfill an order. And before I forget, I'm going to say number 7 here. Relist your sale. I can't tell you how many times like my clients will sell the item. They're so excited, and I'm like, hey, well, did you put it back up for sale? And they're like, oh, no, I forgot. And it's like, no, you're crazy. You got to get it back up, right? Because this could be a good item that sells on a regular basis. So make sure you get that item relisted, which is usually just a simple click of the button. Okay. But okay, so anyway, we've got these notes up. Hopefully you're taking good notes as you're watching this here. Let me skip down a little bit and just as a supplement. One, I'm going to say focus on speed. Sometimes of the year when I get really busy with orders, and I've had this happen where we're getting 15, 20 orders a day, right? A lot of times around November, December when it's busy. You set apart an hour a day, and I usually do it in the morning or in the evening, and that's my time to fulfill orders, and I do it. I take care of them, and then I don't worry about it the rest of the day. If I get orders during the day and I'm busy, right, doing a webinar, I'm doing consulting, I'm busy with other things, I don't stop everything I'm doing, rush to a computer and order the item. I wait till the next morning and handle it then. You don't have to be a slave to this. You can very much make it fit your schedule, whatever that schedule may be, okay? Let's see. Otherwise, I don't think I guess I could add some other supplements here, but I don't think I will. I'm just going to leave it at that. Focus on speed and accuracy, and make sure you do a good job of this. And of course, you're going to have outliers where there's issues and you can't figure out what to do. And I'd recommend contacting your coach if you've got some of those issues. Maybe as another supplement, I changed my mind. Let me say this. If you're doing retail drop shipping, do orders only to the lower 48 states. No Alaska, no Hawaii, no Puerto Rico, no U.S. Virgin Islands, no American Samoa, right? None of the U.S. protectorates, no Canada, right? Just do domestic lower 48, because most times retail drop shippers don't ship to those places anyway. And if you get an order like that, you can cancel it, but more often than not, if your settings are put into place correctly, you shouldn't get those kind of orders anyway, okay? And it's as easy as that. Then you fill your order and you move on to the next one, and hopefully we're closing sale after sale after sale after sale. I can bet you won't do that if you only have just a small handful of listings. So please make sure you're focusing on your volume. You need to have lots of listings to have lots of sales. That's just a law of retail drop shipping. If you don't have lots of listings, you can't expect lots of sales, and that is absolutely the case. What do I mean by lots? I mean lots. I mean, we want to eventually, get to hundreds of listings, although you can close sales with many fewer than that if you're doing things right. All right. So questions, guys, real quick before we finish up. I'll probably turn off the recording right now. I think that was pretty clear from a recording standpoint. Hopefully that helps you guys as you're closing sales. One question I get is, well, hey, what happens if somebody buys from me on Walmart or on eBay and it shows up in an Amazon box? Is that a concern? Do people, is Amazon going to ship in a box that's blank? So no, they won't. They're going to ship in an Amazon box. Target's going to ship in a Target box. Walmart's going to ship in a Walmart box. Overstock is going to ship in an Overstock box. You don't get unbranded boxes, but in most cases, that's actually a good thing because it makes you look like some sort of official retail partner with those stores. So, you might think it would be a problem. You might think you would go and look it up yourself, or you'd think the customer would go look it up on Target. 99% of the time they don't, so it's not an issue. Okay. So hopefully that's pretty clear, guys. I hope that's helpful for you newer sellers who are trying to figure out how to fulfill your first order. Follow those steps and you'll do great. And then if not, you feel comfortable contacting your coach and they'll help you out, okay?